Did you know that over 90% of the businesses use Excel? And if you are also someone who is working on Excel, it's important to master its formulas. And this is what we are going to talk about in this video. So hello everyone and welcome back to W's Cube. My name is Ayushi Jain and in this video we are going to talk about how we can master Excel formulas. Guys, if you talk about a shortcut for it, there is no direct shortcut for it. You'll have to learn and practice. You'll have to practice and then learn again. For practicing, there are several methods which we are going to talk about in this video. First of all, before we start the video, if you want to become a successful data analyst with WS Cube, then WS Cube Tech is bringing their premium data analytics mentorship program. Its cohort 2 is launching in September. So if you want to be a part of this journey with WS Cube, then click on apply now. Now let's get started, guys. So here, if you'll see on my screen, I have utilized ChatGPT to create a sample dataset. Let me first show you the dataset, then we'll come to the prompt and everything. For practicing our Excel formulas, we need a data set, and as I said that there is no direct method to master these formulas. We'll have to practice and learn. But for practicing, how do we practice? Guys, you can create any kind of data set which you like, any domain that you prefer, and based on that you can start working on it so that your interest remains there, and at the same time you are practicing something that will bring a value to your skill as well. Now here I have created two dataset. One is on video games, the other one is on its sales. Like the first one contains the video games, the second one contains its sales across different customers and across different regions as well, on different dates that are mentioned over here. Now, here I have created this dataset using ChatGPT. You can utilize ChatGPT to create dataset, and we'll be learning how we can utilize more prompts of it in order to solve more question, practice more, and get more formulas out of it. So here I have written a prompt where I have said that help me create a dataset which contains a video game file and a sales file, and this video game file contains these columns, sales file contains these columns, and it gave me some sample data as well. But then I asked it to generate sample data. Also, I mentioned a few more things like whatever changes I wanted to make so that it looks more realistic and I can apply more cleaning steps to it. So that is what I mentioned. In genres you can add multiple genres and make them comma separated. Also make it unclean so that we can perform analysis on it, make the data look realistic, and give proper name to the games. Okay, so as you can see, previously it was giving the game name like game A, game B. I have asked it to give different names, and now it has created two files for me. I'm doing it with the free version only. Okay, so the game sales dataset has been updated and it has created two of the files for me. Okay. Also, there was this rating column over here which I could not understand that what is the meaning of these ratings. Although we know that ratings can be numeric, but when it is textual over here, what does it mean? In that case, I asked ChatGPT again that what is rating, game rating, example ETM explain. So it told me that okay, whenever it's E, it's for the game is for everyone. Whenever it's T, it's for the teens, and whenever it's M, it's for mature people, which are 17 plus. Now let's come to Excel over here. This is the data set which ChatGPT has generated. I'll mention the link to this data set in the description so that if you want to practice along with me, you can practice along with me as well. Now, as I said, there is no direct way to master it, but what we can see with the data here is that I have created some inconsistencies in our data. So, as you can see in the genre, you'll notice that these values, some values are comma separated, some values are slash separated over here. Right. Similarly, if you'll notice that some of our genres are single worded while some of them have multiple genres. Okay, at the same time in the platform, not exactly in the platform but in the title of the game names, you'll notice that there is inconsistency in the cases of the data, right? And if I go to the sales, there are similar such instances over here. For example, in region we have Australia, which is in small a. Similarly, in discount, there should be percent, but instead percent is written. So how do we fix that, right? And uh, in the sales, we have the unit sold, but we do not have the revenue mentioned over here. That means the price is not mentioned here. So how do we bring that as well? Let's discuss them one by one. Now we know the problems here, and if you want to check for more solutions, you can ask ChatGPT to create some questions for you. It will create the question, and then you can solve one by one. Also, as we can directly see some problems over here, if you know the solution, you can start doing it. If you do not know the solution, you can ask ChatGPT to give you the formula. And then when you see the similar kind of a pattern in a question, it will be easier for you to understand and do it as well. For example, say right now in the title, we can see that, okay, we have inconsistency in the cases here. So let's do one thing here. I'll just choose this and I'll just add one column over here. Let's not name it right now. What I'll say that here I want to capitalize each first word. For that in Excel there's a function called as proper. So I'll write proper and mention my text, close it and press enter, and now all the text will be in proper cases. As you can see that if it contains two words, for example Galaxy Raiders, it contains two words, so it has capitalized both the first letters of each word. Okay, and now you can just make this as title later, but if I remove this one, okay, if I press control minus, the reference is removed. So we cannot just directly do that. Just copy this and paste it. While you're pasting it, just make sure you're pasting the values over here. So paste the values, and now if I control minus it, the reference will stay over there, and now you can convert this back to title. Okay, so this will be your title. Similarly, you can perform the very same thing with any other column as well. Suppose if it's in sales in the region, if you want to do the same, you want to practice the same, try it with the region as well. Okay, I'll recommend you all to try it. Similarly, in the genres, we know that there are slashes given over here, and we want to convert these slashes to comma separated values. So let me just add a column over here. For adding a column, the shortcut is Control Shift and plus. So what we simply need to do in here, we need to replace the slashes with the with our commas. Okay, for this there is a function called as substitute, which gives us the text, that this is our text. What is our old text? The old text is nothing but a slash here. What do we want to convert? What do we want to replace it with? See, there are different methods of doing it. You can just find and replace it as well. But here, since in this video we are talking about mastering Excel formulas, so we are going to use substitute over here. Okay, why didn't I use replace function? We'll also discuss that too. So if I give my new text, the new text is nothing but the comma. Let's close and press enter. Here we'll get the comma separated value wherever there was a slash. So you can see we have a comma separated values as well here. Okay, I think the slash always comes with a space. So instead, I'll just make a small change over here, that with a space and a slash, let's separate it with comma, so that now it is properly comma separated. Okay, it looks much better now. Same thing you can do over here, that just choose this, copy this, paste it right here, but this time remember to paste only values. Okay, and just control minus this one and make this one as genres. See, here we'll have all the genres of these games. Okay, similarly you can apply a similar kind of a method over here in discount percent as well. Now try this by yourself. Also, let me show you what is the difference between replace and substitute. And even if you want to utilize ChatGPT for that, you can do that too. Equal to, if I use replace function, let's take an example here. Let's write anything. For example, if I write Jaipur right now, okay. If I use equal to replace, the replace will ask me for the old text, but also it will ask me for the start number, that from which value your the text that you want to replace is going to start. So we need to give a start number over here. So let's say my start number is 1 and I want to remove 3 characters. So let's say I want to add Mirza over here. Okay, and it will become Mirzapur. Okay, now as you can see here, what we needed was the start number and also the number of characters. While in this case scenario, when we had slashes in our data, so if I create a small copy of it, we had something like this, that there were some different genres. Let's call them ABC slash ABCD slash uh, some value. Okay, if this is there and the next game is something like this slash this. See, every time we cannot identify that on which number the slash is there. That's why instead of using replace, we have used substitute. Equal to, when we say that we want to use substitute, it asks us for the old text. If we know the old text, use substitute. If we do not know the old text, in that case, use replace method. As simple as that. Okay, let's remove this for now. This is how you can practice different formulas over here. Like, you can check out that what is the inconsistency of your in your data, and then you can fix it by using formulas. I'll recommend you to try both of these formulas. The first one is that convert region into upper cases. Also, then in discount, wherever there is percent, you utilize substitute and get your values from there. Similarly, if I want to count the number of games which contain adventure as one of the genre, then how do we do that? Well, in that case, one of you might say that go to genres and then there are text filter which says contains, and if you put adventure in here, it will return all the games that contain adventure over here. This is one way of doing it. It is very effective way, right? But how do we write a formula which gives us a value like this? So for this, the formula would be equal to, we want to find adventure over here, right? So we'll say that we want to find the sum. First of all, let me show you the breakdown over here, that if I use search function, search allows us to find a text. Okay, find a text. Let's find adventure. Within the text, our text is these genres. Okay, let's close and press enter. Wherever it is a number, it will show us the numeric value here, right? Wherever it is a number, it will show us the value. Now, wherever it is the number, it is showing us the numeric value, but I want that it checks for 0 or 1 wherever there is a numeric value. For that, we are going to use isNumber function, which will check if the value is numeric or not. So if I use isNumber and then if I enclose it here, well, it will now give me true and false wherever the value is true or false. Okay. Now, let's say if we have this, lastly, we need to find the sum of values wherever it is true. So for that, we'll be using the sum function, and if I enclose it inside the brackets, press enter, it would say 0 over here. Why? Because it is not finding the sum of true or false over here. To convert true and false into 0 or 1, we'll be using two dashes over here, two hyphens over here, which converts true to 1 and false to 0. And now we'll have 7 games over here which comes in the category of adventure. So this is how you can get a count of something, or let's in our case sum of something wherever the genre is adventure. So you can try for strategy as well. Like, let me give you this assignment to try it for strategy, that how much you're getting the count for this strategy. Okay, so yeah, this is one another formula. And again, if you're confused with how you can do it, you can anytime ask ChatGPT. So suppose if this is how my data looks like, let's copy this, or it already knows. So let's continue with this chart. How will I write a formula to calculate the count of games that contains genres as strategy, or let's go for adventure because I want you all to try strategy. So I'll just go for adventure here. Okay. So it says you can utilize count if, and you can use regex as well over here. So this is regular expression asterisk, which tells us that wherever the adventure word is coming, whether it's coming in the starting or towards the end, then we can utilize this as well. Mention for any other method if you think you want to try some other method as well. Or if you're confused with what is this asterisk over here, it has also mentioned that it is nothing but it's a wildcard over here that match any sequence of characters. Okay. So, okay, there is one more, that is sum product of is number search adventure, which we have already tried, and it is also showing us the meaning of each of the formula as well over here. Okay, instead of some product, we have just utilized sum, and it is still giving us the output over here. So I hope it is pretty much clear that how we can create questions here as well. And also, if you do not know the solution to any kind of a question, or you know the problem but don't know the solution, this is how you can ask for solution as well based on the data that you have already created. Now, last thing that I'm going to try over here is in the sales. Since it is sales here, I do not have the price which is mentioned in video games. I want price from here. We all know we can either utilize vertical lookup or we can utilize X lookup as well for this. For those who do not have X lookup, first let me write a formula of X lookup over here for price. So let's create price with our X lookup. So price with X lookup would be equal to nothing, but here we'll be using X lookup. What do we need to look up? We need to look up for price, but based on what? What is common between both of the table? The video game ID is common between both of the table. Where will I find the video game ID? In the game ID section, comma, what do I want to return? The third thing it is asking for is return array. I want to return price here. Let's close and let's press enter, and all the prices here will be mentioned. As you can see, this is how we have the prices. If you multiply it with the unit sold as well, you can also get the multiplication value as well. Similarly, if I want to utilize a vertical lookup for this, let's see how it can be utilized. So again, we'll be writing price, but this time it would be using vertical lookup. So price using VLOOKUP for those who do not have it. So I'll just double tap it and write equal to VLOOKUP. What's our lookup value? The lookup value is this video game ID, comma, what is our table array? So the table array would be our video games one. This is our table array, comma. Third thing it is asking for, what is the column index that you want. So if I talk about the column index in this table, if I say, I think it's the 10th column where our price is mentioned. So let's write 10th here, and comma, do you want the exact match or the approximate match? So I want the exact match, so I'll mention false. And here again we'll have the very same prices by using vertical lookup. Now in a new column you can multiply unit sold with the price, and you can get the revenue as well. Once you get the discount amount right, you can also apply the discount and get the revenue in that way again. So how much, after applying the discount, how much was the revenue that you have generated, that you can get here. So this is how you can just practice Excel formulas and just create data sets of yourself, and you can just open ChatGPT, ask it to create any kind of a data. It will create the data for you with the desired column you're asking for. Ask it to make it unclean, and also ask it to make it realistic as well, and it would do all the things for you. And if you're confused with the questions, you can also ask it to create questions for data cleaning using this data. And once I do that, see, you can see it, the first thing that it is asking for, and it has also given us the hint that you can utilize substitute. We have already done that. Then instead of slash, we need to put commas. Then again, the inconsistency in title we have already used proper. This is what it is telling us. Okay, extract year from the release date. So this is how, it will create the questions for you, and it will also again give you hints as well. So if you don't want the hints, you can mention it in the question itself that do not give me the hints, just create the questions for me, and rest it will do the same for you. I hope as of now it is clear that how we can utilize ChatGPT to master our Excel formulas. There is no simple trick over here. You just have to practice. So practice on variety of data sets. Create your own data set if you cannot find any good data set on Kaggle. Since on Kaggle or on different websites as well, we generally find a single file data set. Try to practice on multiple file data set, which you can create of your own as well. Hope it is pretty much clear that how we can master Excel formulas. I hope you liked the video, and for more such tech related videos, subscribe to our channel WSQ. Thank you.